The man who's very light in the wallet tonight. All right, I'm going to say a few things about Grace and Louie and just how happy we are today. And my beautiful wife, Carissa, has not read my notes, so we'll see how it goes. When we have two boys, they were ahead of Grace, obviously, and we tried one more time. And we thought, boy, it would be great to have a little girl. And I thought I could get through this. And the most excited I've ever seen my wife in my life was the day the doctor walked in. He had a little ultrasound and he handed it to us and he goes, "Here, this is what you're having." And then he leaves the room. And I'm looking at this thing and I go, "Well, if that's a leg, then that's a girl." And she was so excited, so excited. So we had two boys and a little girl. And I don't know if y'all know this, but when Carissa was pregnant with Grace, she went into labor halfway through the pregnancy, halfway through. So she was bedridden the whole second half of the pregnancy. And I was taking care of the two knuckleheads and everything else. And I didn't have a single relative within 900 miles. So I had a stressful job taking care of two little kids and taking care of her. But thank God the pregnancy went to term and there she was. So we're excited about that. When Grace came on the scene, it was definitely all worth it. And you know, Jared, her older brother, was 8 years older than Grace. And I remember one day, you know, she was about 6 months old, maybe a year old. And I walked into the kitchen. There was an empty bottle in the kitchen. I said, "Carissa, did you feed Grace last night?" She goes, "No, I didn't." And Jared walked in and he goes, he was 8 years old. He heard her crying. Darn you, Jared. He got up in the middle of the night, made her a bottle and fed her all by himself at 8 years old. Is he going to be a great dad or what? All right. Grace, I know that it was a real challenge growing up with two brothers, but don't you know a lot about men? Absolutely. And Mom and Grace went on some great trips together, and for her senior, was it graduating high school or graduating college? Graduating college, I think. They wanted to go to California. Grace wanted to see where Friends was filmed in California. So I let the two of them fly to San Diego. They rented a convertible Mustang. I can't believe I let them do this. They drove to LA and got to see where all the movie studios were and everything. Carissa had been playing pickleball before this, and she really got into it, so I was playing every day, and she broke her leg and didn't know it. She had a stress fracture in her leg. She went to California with Grace, and does she love her or what? She climbed all the way to the Hollywood sign in Los Angeles with a broken leg. And they went on a lot of other trips together. They've been to New York and Charleston and Savannah and just had a great time. So when Grace was little, I would often take her on dates, daddy and daughter dates, and she was only like 5, 6, 7. It was so cute. And I remember waking up one Saturday morning and she's pulling my collar. She goes, "Dad, let's go on a date. Let's go on a date." And that was so sweet. We'd go out to breakfast and she would always sit beside me in the booth. She wouldn't sit across from me. She wanted to sit directly beside me. So she begged me to get a cat. And I was like, "Grace, both of your brothers, you and your brother are allergic to cats. Is that right? Both of them, or is it you and, I know Jared is. Yeah, you and Jared are allergic to cats, but yes, she wanted a cat." So the only cat I could find that was hypoallergenic cost $2,000. It was called a Bengal cat, and they bred them. Oh, it's a beautiful cat. It has leopard spots on it. It's a gorgeous cat, but people that are allergic to cats are not allergic to it. So I started calling the cat Boo Boo Kitty, and I forgot that I used to call Grace that. And one day she came up to me and she goes, "Dad, I thought I was Boo Boo Kitty." It was so cute. She excelled in school, straight A's in biology, definitely my smartest kid, absolutely no doubt. Sorry, guys. I wanted her to go to medical school, but she went around with my doctor one day, and honestly, Grace, I don't think you had the patience for patience, but she definitely is a good researcher, and she is a scientist. That is her job. She's a chemist, scientist, so all hands for Grace there, absolutely. And the first time I noticed Louie was Louie and Grace, unbeknownst to me, tried out for the 5th grade talent show they had in their school. But they weren't going to be the talent. They were going to be the MCs for the talent show. So they both tried out and they got it. So they were the MCs together in the 5th grade. And I said, "Grace, how did you get that job?" She goes, "I told a joke that you were always telling me, and that's how I got it. So I'm going to tell you all this joke. It's very quick." So this man's walking down the beach and he finds a bottle and he rubs the bottle and out pops a genie. And the genie says, you can have one wish. He goes, what about 3 wishes? Nope, 1 wish. And the guy goes, you know what? I don't like flying on airplanes, so can you build a bridge between California and Hawaii, because I just want to drive a car all the way because I'm afraid to fly on an airplane. I always wanted to go to Hawaii. And the genie goes, look, some things are just too hard even for a genie. The steel, the concrete, this is impossible. It cannot be done. And he said, what, you got to come up with another wish. So the guy goes, can you explain women to me and my wife? And the genie goes, do you want that bridge to be a 2-lane or 4-lane? So Grace told that joke, and she got the spot. So, hey guys, they're not newly married. They have been married for 14 years. Can you believe that? Neither one of them have ever dated anybody else. Can you believe that? That's amazing. And their union has lasted longer than a lot of marriages already. So, Louis, I'm so happy to have you in our family. You're a sharp young man. He's going to be the most educated person in our family. He's getting ready to graduate with his master's degree. And so, very smart guy. He had to write a 198-page dissertation, and he just finished that. So, looking forward to reading that. But anyway, I'm proud of you guys. I love you, and I can't be happier that you're getting married. So, thanks. Toast to Grace and Louis, and many more years together. Cheers. Thank you very much.